viewers at home, studio audience, you all are welcome to Lagos Global on TV, your weekly investment advocacy talk show, which provides you with first-hand information and insights on matters relating to investments in Lagos State and the activities of the Office of Overseas Affairs and Investments, also called Lagos Global, through our discussions, documentaries, and research. I'm your host, Temitope Oluseyi-Oshin. I welcome you once again to Lagos Global on TV. Welcome back. Today on the program, we're discussing sectorial opportunities, thinking outside the box. And for this discussion, I have here with me two distinguished guest speakers. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the Honourable Commissioner for Science and Technology, Lagos State, Mr. Femi Odubiyi. Thank you so much for coming, sir. Thank you. We are so honored to have here with us to share from his wealth of knowledge on the subject. He's an eminent personality and a pace-setter in the banking industry, a former managing director and CEO of Skye Bank, Mr. Durosinmi-Etti. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Good morning.
Oh, wow. It's been so enlightening and informative on Lagos Global on TV. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Keep watching Lagos Global on TV.
Keep watching Lagos Global on TV.
Keep watching Lagos Global on TV.
Keep watching Lagos Global on television.
Welcome back. Now, Honourable Commissioner, sir, what is the significance of science and technology with respect to economic development of a state or origin?
Okay, thank you very much for the question. Basically, we live in a scientific world driven by also some digital penetration.
Sure.
If we look around us, our lives has been changed or determined by the impact of technology, even our businesses.
You're right.
So for any country or any nation or any state to feel that they would miss this opportunity to key into these development as part of a global, the ecosystem is not even local to just a country or state. Yeah. So the impact is really, really immense. The world has become smaller because of technology. And what we are looking at doing in Lagos is to ensure that Lagos doesn't miss out on this digital revolution. You know, that is shaping our commerce, shaping our education, health services and everything. So really it's a very important area to whatever social or economic development of any country or state.
Thank you so much, Honourable Commissioner. That was well answered. Now my question to you, Mr. Kende. Nigeria needs to be a global player, not just in the oil and gas sector, but across sectors such as agribusiness, services, ICT, and a lot more. So how can Lagos State further play a role economy in this global valley?
Well, Lagos is well positioned to play a very vital role.
Sure.
I think that ICT is a major tool for enabling, for development, and also processing in anything you want to do, whether it's as individuals, as businesses, as companies, as organizations. So it's a very key vital tool today. And you know, when you talk about how to enable, you're talking first about the people and the talent. Lagos has 21 million people. You've got a lot of youth in Lagos, and a lot of the IT schools are in Lagos. So there is, and also those who develop themselves. So Lagos has a budding potential natural market that is already being tapped and needs to be further improved upon in the first place. If we are talking about technology and bandwidth, Lagos is the hub and the center for the telcos, the data centers. So in terms of access to data, which is critical, Lagos is best positioned for that in Nigeria.
You're right.
And also there still needs to be the continued investment in that area. And really, in terms of opportunities, Lagos, with a very proactive government, is a center where a lot of initiatives in Nigeria are being taken, and a lot of businesses are using technology as a tool to help improve their businesses.
Yes.
Then a lot of young entrepreneurs are using technology, which is a cheaper way of doing business, and this is shown by a company called Andala that Mike Zuckerberg came to visit in Lagos, headquartered in Yaba, right in the middle of you know, downtown where there's a lot of mid-sized activity going on. And I have a personal relationship with them as well. So you have a lot of young people there, and you'll be amazed at the amount of talent there is that is just waiting to be tapped.
Well, thank you so much.
So it's amazing. The opportunities are endless here.
Yes, thank you very much. So, Honourable Commissioner, now without doubt, there are opportunities abound, like he said, you know, in various sectors of the economy. So, of what particular interest is the ICT sector? So, what are some of the ongoing initiatives within your reach?
One of the key things that we're looking at within the state is how to actually also help promote this ICT cluster.
Okay.
Now, he mentioned Yaba, which is a perfect example. I was going to get to that. Within Yaba right now, we have several ICT companies there.
Oh, great.
But there are still some limitations in that ecosystem that we need to address. Apart from the ICT companies there, we're also lucky to have some of our high institutions around that area. University of Lagos, College of Education, Yaba College of Tech, and some other few ones. Now, what is happening is that for us to actually complete that ecosystem, there has to be a connection between our educational establishments, high level, and what is happening in the private sector. And this is where science and technology and research play a key role. That is really missing in the ecosystem right now. And what we are looking at as a government in Lagos State, and science and technology in particular, to do is to actually bring that ecosystem together, where research work could be a partnership between the university and the business in that area, and also in terms of innovation. Yes, innovation can be led by the private sector, but sometimes you realize that you probably need some inputs from the local institutions. So, I mean, there's still a lot of things that I believe we can put in place to actually help facilitate and enable that area. In recent discussions with the key players in that area, I realized, or they communicated the issue of power.
That's very
you know, yes, Lagos State has done well in facilitating through the right of way and getting fiber to light up that area with partnership with the main one.
That's good.
But one of the things that is still they see as a pressing need is the availability of power within that area. Like CC Hub, according to the estimate, they spend about equivalent to $10,000 every month on powering the, you know, so the facilities. So these are the kind of things that we believe that through intervention from the ministry and the appropriate ministry within the state, we can actually help put together a better enabling environment.
Now that takes me to my next question. Now, what sectors have benefited the most from technology?
Well, you see, it's very hard to say this sector has benefited most. Every sector benefits. Now, if you look at the financial sector, you understand, they are in the forefront of technology innovation. You know, it has shaped the way banking services are being rendered. If you look at the health sector, we're looking at some projects in terms of health services delivery, in terms of e-health. Educational sector right now, Ministry of Education has come up with the Code Lagos, which is to drive digital education in terms of coding to schools. So, but basically, if we look at what is happening right now, I think the financial sector has benefited immensely. You know, they've been the trailblazer in the adoption of technology. But other sectors are actually also feeling the impact of technology, because we cannot deny it. It's shaping our world. The way we do businesses right now is reliant on technology innovations and adoption out there.
Thank you very much. Now, you made mention about opportunities that, you know, immensely overwhelming in Lagos State. Now, how can these private sectors further be a catalyst in the economic development of Lagos State? Now, especially through local and foreign direct investments.
Well, in terms of investments, call it local, call it foreign, it comes to the same thing, really. So it's a case of you're looking at how do you enable business in Lagos.
In Lagos State,
And, you know, companies, one way of helping, really, like the Honourable Commissioner said, is for private sector to start investing in R&D in partnership with the tertiary institutions, the educational institutions. That would help a lot. But beyond that, Lagos, really, it's about infrastructure, it's about ease of doing business, power is still a problem, and it's expensive, but I feel that there is a commitment to get that to improve. So when all you need to do, like we do here, is look at how much it would cost to do the power and look at the benefits. And so it still makes sense to invest, even though it's something to consider as a major issue when you're looking to invest. Security, which is general for the environment. Lagos has the markets, but government needs to keep investing in infrastructure to make the whole environment, and the laws, the tax laws, the cost of doing business, access to land, the proprietary rights on land, things like that, in case you want to come in and put up an infrastructure like that. So those are things to consider when coming in. And beyond that, Lagos works within a country, so you have other things to consider for foreign investments beyond that. Like I said, the tax laws would be very pertinent. But then the macroeconomic policy, access to foreign exchange, ability to repatriate your dividends, all those are things to consider in addition to all these other things. So the foreigner would look at those additional factors beyond the local investor.
Now, coming from being a top stakeholder in the state, I want you to contribute to what you said. What exactly is Lagos State doing to enhance that?
Okay, I'll take it.
Yes.
The administration of Governor Kimambode is very passionate about improving service delivery in the state and giving Lagos and Nigeria a better rating in terms of the ease of doing business. Now, you mentioned about land.
Yes.
Lagos State is embarking on a project that is transformational. A project that would enable getting title documents on land to be something that would not be a 6 months, 7 months affair, shortening it to about 28 days. Now, 28 days in the sense that they are statutory. If you look at the 28 days, the actual process will take 7 days. But I think there's a 21-day period by which you need to advertise or place an advert to effect it. So basically, internal operations, we're looking at getting it in 7 days, but with 21 days that is required. So now, in terms of security, yes, for the FD, for foreign direct investment, security is very important.
Yes.
Lagos is safer today than it has ever been. But the administration of Governor Kimambode is not relenting in making sure that we drive security to the highest level we can. There are also projects as part of the smart city that's going to address security in Lagos. You see, in that value chain, you realize that you cannot take away economic growth from availability of security.
You're right.
Because most economies out there that are really doing well are more or less a 24-hour economy. Now, how can Lagos provide that enabling environment for a 24-hour economy? It's by ensuring that Lagosians, foreigners, people that come to do business generally in Lagos feel safe. So if safety is there, people can move around safely and do their businesses, and also harness on the power of technology. So in the area of security, it's something we're really looking at. We're looking at putting in place about 13,000 CCTV cameras within the state. We have a specially built command and control center with all the feeds to the cameras can be terminated. So basically, what we're doing is that we're looking at the manned police services we have in the state. And we're actually also bringing in technology to harness the strength of all parties and stakeholders in the state.
That's good. Oh, wow. It's been so enlightening and informative on Lagos Global on TV. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Lagos is the economic powerhouse of Nigeria, a country that recently emerged as Africa's largest economy. Over the years, Nigeria has relied heavily on oil for its revenue. With the global drop in oil prices, the country is looking to diversify its sources of revenue, and tourism could be an alternative income earner for the nation. Presently, tourism in Nigeria centers on Lagos State. The coastal city is known for its beach resorts, art scene, historical sites, shopping and nightlife.
Lagos is the city of excellence. I will tell you, Lagos have everything that Nigeria wants: the best food, the best film place, the best market. Then the hard work, the creativity. Lagos have everything.
The music of Lagos, the film of Lagos, the cuisine of Lagos, the fashion of Lagos, all these things are the ingredients of a cultural industry that lend the credence to a vibrant tourism industry.
With 22 million people living in the city and millions of commuters from neighboring states and countries passing through, the Lagos State government has identified tourism as a potential major revenue earner.
Welcome back. This is Lagos Global on TV. If you're just tuning in, we've been discussing sectorial opportunities in Lagos State. I still have here with me the Honourable Commissioner for Science and Technology, Mr. Odubiyi. And of course, here with me is the former CEO of Skye Bank, Mr. Durosinmi-Etti. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Now, I'll take my question from the last discussion we had. I still want you to buttress more on the opportunities when it comes to ICT in Lagos State. People really need to know more about that.
Okay. The opportunity in the area of ICT is very immense.
Yes.
But I would, rather than just focus on ICT, I'll address the ICT.
Okay.
Because you see, the ministry has two focuses, which is on science aspect and the ICT aspect.
Okay.
But over the years, we'll be more into the ICT. But I'm going to answer basically in terms of both.
Okay.
Now, firstly, I would talk about research work.
Okay.
There's a lot of partnership opportunities that we can tap into with major multinationals that operate within Lagos State or within the country.
That's good.
In terms of product research or engineering or whatever we call it, you see that most of these activities are still done outside of the country. And they do the research outside, they bring the product back into the country for our consumption. Now, we're looking at a scenario whereby all the majority of the research work will be done in collaboration with our local tertiary institutions.
That's good.
You know, will be done locally. There's a lot of gains, or there are lots of gains within that partnership. Also, if you look at the entire technology ecosystem, we would see that there are new market opportunities, particularly in the area of e-commerce. I believe to date, I rate the country and Lagos State well on e-commerce, but there's still room for improvement. There's still untapped opportunities within that sector. There's an organization called anura.com, which is probably going to be one of our first major e-commerce company in the country. They're actually also talking to Lagos State and see how we can collaborate. You know, the area of e-commerce is very key.
Okay.
Now, if we look at other opportunities, this side I will address it from the government.
Okay.
Now, in terms of service delivery. Now, e-governance basically is an area that we are looking in this administration to tap into. You know, we want to provide that environment that there is ease of interaction with the government.
That's
you know,
good.
I mean, this cuts down on so many commute time.
True.
You know, you need information. We want to provide the platform by which you can get whatever information with ease. Now, a project that we will be delivering probably in the first quarter of next year is going to be addressing that.
Great.
You know,
That's
we've gone
good.
far with the project, and I think by January, February, we'll probably just bring it out. And basically, it increases the interaction or provides a better interaction between the governed and the government, between Lagosians and the government. We are a very open government. We want to use technology to basically see how Lagosians are feeling, take in the feedbacks, and basically improve on the quality of services we deliver.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, Mr. Kendi, how can the private sector further be a catalyst in the economic development of Lagos State? How?
Yes, private sector can do more. I think it's down to the opportunities and the necessities. Necessities is you have a business and you need to make it work.
Yeah,
and
sure.
IT or can make it easier. Using electronic platforms. There are a lot of people that are doing startups now, and
Okay.
they use the electronic platforms that are available to make their to help them in their
That's actually
advertising
ongoing.
and marketing. It's
Okay.
ongoing, but it can
Okay.
be deepened further, and also reaching
Okay.
out to targeted markets. So they use that. They use it to also maybe even as a basis upon which their business will be set up.
Okay.
You have Uber, for instance, which we understand. We
Yes.
have people that are coming up in various sectors
Sure.
to try and create or enable the services in the Uber type way, so that
good.
it becomes cheaper and easier,
yes.
for them to do, and then they can compete with some of those that are already doing it.
Sure.
And then what would also happen is some of those who are doing it already would also go into that, because there'll be the competition that would be coming from them. There are things that companies. It's just that today things are a bit slow, but there are a lot of areas that could open up for people through innovation and support. Also, I feel that the state government can also do a bit more in terms of creating the awareness and of the various things they're doing to improve the environment and let people know that these things are there.
Now that takes me to this question. Now, what key elements do potential investors identify in order to be an investor in Lagos State?
Well, the key one, the easy one, is services, because services is where you don't have to put a lot of investment. It's a quick win. It's a low-hanging fruit for an investor, and it's an easy way to come in. And the level of risk is not so heavy. For a lot of other people, like in industry, for instance, you can talk about logistics, the automation of processes around that. We're not yet into robotics and all that in terms of manufacturing, but also in terms of doing a lot of their in-house processes. They can lean on all these platforms. A lot of companies are now using the electronic platforms for advertising. And the advertising companies have embraced electronic advertising. They know it's cheaper. It's very costly to use the newspapers to push products. You can push products directly onto people, onto their phones, onto their systems. So they see it and they embrace it. What you get abroad, like in a place like Dubai, is that once you're registered somewhere there, a lot of products and services, and even people looking for work, they keep pushing a lot of stuff unsolicited onto your email or onto your phone. And it's a way of getting people to create the kind of awareness that you want. So really that is a way of doing a lot of things that are possible in Lagos.
Keep watching Lagos Global on TV.
Keep watching Lagos Global on TV.
Keep watching Lagos Global on TV.
Keep watching Lagos Global on television.
Now, I spoke of the smart city. One aspect of the smart city is the metro network. By this, what we're trying to achieve is to drive internet penetration to all the nooks and corners in Lagos State. So in terms of facilitating or creating that enabling environment for businesses to grow, we've also realized that internet penetration is very key.
Yes, we can. Yes, we will. Yes, we are on our way. I say that in three ways. There's a lot that is going on. There's a lot of awareness. The state is investing. The private sector is hungry to expand. And we can see that in about 10, 12 years, we've been able to grow from mobile telephony
Sure.
to now data, which is the key thing.